Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Xavi Rofes from the TDM Solutions team, and welcome to this new webinar for the Chinese market with our partners W&W from Taiwan. Hello, Raymond.
Hello, Xavier，大家午安。很高兴今天大家来参加我们这个RhinoGold 的中文研讨会。
Today we are going to model an entire jewelry piece. We're going to model a Halo ring. For that, we have our workmate next to us, Pedro Loreiro, our CAD manager at TDM Solutions. Hello, Pedro.
Hello, Xavi. Hello, Raymond. Hello, all the attendees. Once again, thanks for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have the chance to show RhinoGold.
And of course, let me introduce as well Stacy and Monica, who are our workmates in Taipei that will help us in the technical support here in the chat. Of course, if you have any question, please you can write us in the chat section, and we all will be more than happy to help you.
OK， 跟大家介绍，我们今天将会为我们示范软体功能的是我们的教育训练主管，叫做 Petro。那我们同时间在台北这边呢，我们有2位同事会协助我们回复问题，一位是Monica， 一位是 Stacy。那如果大家有任何的问题，欢迎直接在我们的这个问题的部分提出，我们会尽快的回复您。
Okay, we're going to do this short presentation very quick, so later we can dedicate most of the webinar in the RhinoGold in live and to see how we can model this Halo ring. First of all, we are TDM Solutions. We are a company based in Barcelona. We are developers of several CAD softwares, but since 2007, our main product and the one that we dedicate most of our resources is RhinoGold. Today is probably the most complete and powerful CAD for jewelry design, but we have others like RhinoNest, Skinny 3D, and also Clayu and RhinoBoss that are also included in RhinoGold. In TDM Solutions, we have, sorry, Raymond.
Yeah, OK， 跟大家介绍一下 TDM Solutions 这家公司呢，成立于西元2001年，那设置于在西班牙的巴塞罗那。那它是一个专注在各行各业的 CAD/CAM 解决方案的一个公司，但是呢，自从2007年开始，我们最主要的目标是在珠宝行业方面的软体。那同时间我们有其他的像 Clayu 啦、RhinoNest、RhinoEmboss 还有 Skinny 等相关的一些软体程式。OK, Xavier.
Of course, we today are everywhere in the world. We have over 75 resellers, and in all China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, we don't have a reseller, but we have a partner. We have the Asian team of RhinoGold, and this is the company WW by Raymond Hu, who is going to make a short introduction about WW.
OK, thank you, Xavier. 刚刚雪碧也跟大家讲，就是说我们在整个大中华区呢，所有中文部分的一个各个地区，包含了中国大陆、台湾、香港、新加坡等地呢，都是由我们公司负责管理经销啦跟教育训练的部分的一些内容。那我们公司创业于1970年，它是我们是专门在做有关珠宝方面的工具设备的这些顾问服务啦，以及这些供应部分。但是呢，我们从2000年开始呢，就开始在推广这3D 列印部分的一些技术跟一些新的一些3D 列印的一些方法。所以呢，我们现在在各地都有开设这个教育训练的专业课程。OK, Xavier.
Very good, very good. As I said before, RhinoGold is our main product. Today we are in the version 5.5 that we released about a month and a half ago. And as I said, today we are confident enough to say that's the most powerful and the most complete CAD for jewelry. We offer a lot of modeling tools just for the jewelry market. And we today in this webinar we are going to show you how you can create easily a Halo ring, a complicated ring.
OK，RhinoGold 呢，自从2015年开始，我们推出最新版本是5.5版。那目前 RhinoGold 可以说是世界上最受欢迎的珠宝设计的专业软体。此外呢，我们里面包含了非常多非常强大的工具。今天我们就会示范给大家看，怎么样用很简易的方法，你就能够去绘制出非常复杂的模型。OK, Xavier.
Excellent. So this is the render of what we are going to create today. This is not a real photo. This is also a picture created from RhinoGold that today we also see how we can create a photorealistic image. This is going to be the final step of our presentation.
OK，大家看到画面上这个图形呢，这就是我们今天要示范给大家看的一个造型的部分。那大家刚刚所看到的那并不是实体的照片，那是经由 RhinoGold 内建的渲染软体所去呈现出来的效果，所产生的图形。
Excellent. And these are the main tools that we are going to see today. We are going to show, of course, how to use the Halo Studio tool, but also very interesting tools such as the Gem by Curve, the Gem Studio. We are going to show how to use different 2D tools. It's quite interesting to see how to model in 2D to later create the 3D. And other tools like the bezel or the head, the dynamic prongs and prongs in line that are very useful for modeling jewelry. At the end, as I said, we are going to create a photorealistic image, and also we're going to export this object in STL for rapid prototyping.
OK，今天等一下我们会看到呢，我们会使用的一些功能，就像画面上大家看到的，像这个 Halo 工作室啦，或者是宝石工作室，甚至于是像 2D 就是2D 的这个工具。我们可以看到如何从2D 的手绘设计或者说平面设计转换成3D 建模的部分，还有其他像一些宝石的箱口的功能啦，还有一些动态丁香的功能。OK, Xavier.
Okay, then now it's time to see RhinoGold in live. It's time to learn RhinoGold. As I said, any question, please use the chat to ask anything that you have in mind. We are more than happy to help you. So Pedro, now it's your turn. Let's learn RhinoGold.
Okay, so thank you very much. So let's start with the RhinoGold. I'm going to open the RhinoGold interface and let's start creating this model. As always, when we are creating a ring, the first step, it's always recommendable to define the ring size. So in this case, under the jewelry tab with the gauge tool, we can do it easily. We just need to define in the side panel the ring size we want to use. Also, we have several ring size charts, and after defining the ring size, we have a circle with the ring size we want to use. After this,
may I?
Yes, of course.
OK，我们一开始呢，就像我们在做传统的珠宝的设计方式一样，我们要先找到我们要做的戒指戒圈的大小。那我们现在利用这个所谓的我们的这个戒圈尺规呢，我们去做出一个范围，去定义我们要做的这个戒指的尺寸大小。OK, Pedro.
Thank you, Raymond. So now I'm going to define another curve to define the bottom part of the ring, but actually probably it's better to define the main gem first. So the next step, I'm going to define a gem with a gem studio, and in here I'm going to use let's use 5 millimeters diameter for this gem, and I will place the gem in the top of the ring. Raymond,
Okay.
if you want,
Yes.
Feel free to interrupt me, because
Okay.
I can move on with the process while you are translating. So any moment, feel free to interrupt.
OK.
Thank you.
好，我们然后我们接下来这个步骤呢，我们就开始来定义我们所要主石的种类跟大小的尺寸。所以呢，大家可以看到我们现在把这个主石定义出来以后，我们把它移动到一个比较高的位置。OK, Pedro, your turn.
Okay, so after the gem, after the main gem, I define the position in the top of the ring. Of course, if I need to adjust the position later, I can do it easily, so there isn't any problem if it's not exactly the place we want to use the gem. And now I'm going to define the halo around the main gem. So I just select the gem, and under the jewelry tab we have the halo tool ready to be customized. So now the idea is to use all the parameters from the halo tool in this side panel to define the halo. For instance, the profile. We can of course adjust the measure for the gems. In this case I'm going to use gems with 1.3 millimeters. Okay, and of course the same for the prongs. We can adjust the position. As you can see in the side panel, easily we can adjust the diameter, all the measures, the position. So this is the idea.
OK， 我们大家可以看到，我们在我们的珠宝的这个工作分页里面呢，有一个这个 Halo 的一个指令部分。那我们可以选择这样的箱口，它就自动帮我们产生除了我们主食的包厢以外，还有旁边的轨道箱以及小碎钻的部分。那大家可以在这个右边的这个控制面板上可以看得到，我们所有的控制都是参数化的控制。您可以调整不管是戒指的就是钻石的大小，或者是爪的大小，甚至于高度、厚度、斜率，你都可以在这边做所有的调整的部分。Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to move on after the halo. Maybe I will just need to define less distance in the extrusion, maybe something like this, but we can easily define any position, and all the parameters are available in this side panel. So remember also we can any moment edit the object and change anything we need. So after the halo, I will then create the prongs for the main gem, but now I'm going to the front view to define all the other parameters for the ring. So now I'm going to define the curves in order to define the shank. To do it, yes, go ahead.
OK， 然后大家看到我们刚刚在做这个主要的箱口的时候呢，我们一旦定义了以后，大家不用担心，我们在未来在设计的任何时间点，您都能够做修改。那大家可以看到，我们现在把我们的这个箱口放到我们要的位置以后，接下来下一个步骤，我们来到前视图这个部分，我们要来做定义这个我们的戒圈的形状。OK。
Okay, so now the next step, I'm using the offset tool under the drawing tab to define, in this case, another curve in the outside direction with 2.5 millimeters distance. So we can easily define the distance to offset in the command line, and we just need now to click in the outside direction. So as you can see now, the result is another curve with 2.5 millimeters distance from the original one. So I will just use the bottom part of this curve, and now I'm going to create another curve, just a straight line, to define a cutting curve in order to remove the top part of the circle. So I define the line, and then I just need to use the trim tool and select the object to cut. In this case, the cutting object is the line, and then the object to trim will be this part. So as you can see easily, we can cut the top part of the circle, and of course then we can delete the line. After, yes, if you wanted, Raymond, feel free.
Yeah, just briefly
okay, go ahead.
Okay, 大家可以看到，我们刚刚从我们定义的这个戒圈的大小的时候，我们用了这个 offset 偏移的功能去定义我们戒圈的外围的这个形状。那并且呢，我们用线条剪切的功能呢，把 线条做一个剪切，留下我们下半部的戒指的形状。那我们接下来要来做上半部的造型。Okay, Pedro.
Okay, so now I see that I will need a little bit more distance in under the main gem, so I move up the main gem 1 millimeter, in this case just a little bit more, and I will extend this curve in order to connect with the halo. So under the drawing tab we have the extend tools. I will use in this case the extend curve smooth. So I just select the curve I want to extend, and then I can easily define the position. So in this case I'm going to remove the grid snap to define any point I want, and in this case I'm going to define the curve in the end of the curve in this point. Okay, so now we have the curve connected to the halo, and to make sure I'm going to have exactly the same curve in the other side, I'm going to cut this curve to divide the curve in two halves, and of course then I just need to create the symmetry. So the same process, I define a line to cut this curve, and with a trim tool I define the objects to cut and the object to trim, in this case this part of the curve. So after this I just need to create the symmetry. So this is the result. Yes.
Okay. 大家可以看到，我们刚刚因为我们把线条做一个延长，利用我们这个绘制，然后延长的功能，我们把线条做延长延伸到我们上面的箱口的部分，然后在中心的部分，我们定义一个中心线，然后利用我们的近摄的左右近摄的功能，把另外一边的线条近摄过来。Okay.
Okay. So now the next step. I'm going to define the thickness in the inside the direction. So to do it again with the offset tool, I will keep the same distance, 2.5 millimeters, and I just need to pick a point in the inside direction. So this is the result, this curve, and I will do exactly the same in the circle again with the offset tool. And I define another curve in here. So I'm going to hide the outside curves just to show the results, the circle and the outside curve. And now I just need to cut the parts I don't want to use, in this case the bottom part of these two curves. So once again with the trim tool, I define the object to trim, this and this. Okay, so at this point we have the curves defined. Let me show the other curves. So this is the result.
OK， 刚刚看到我们刚刚把我们最外的戒指的戒圈外面的部分先做一个隐藏的动作，然后利用这个我们有一个剪切的功能，把我们的线条剪到我们要的形状，也就是我们上面想要预留空的这个部分，然后呢，我们再把原来的线条再把它重新显示，因此我们就得到这个就是我们戒圈所要的形状。OK。
Okay, so the next step, I'm going just to hide the main gem in the halo, just to, in this case, to close this curve. So I just need to use the line tool, and I'm going to activate the endpoints in the OSNAP, just to make sure I'm using, I'm creating a curve from this endpoint to the other endpoint. And I will repeat the step in the other side, and finally I'm going to use the auto connect tool to join all these curves in a single one. So now I have my closed curve.
OK， 我们刚刚用的这个就是我们刚刚把我们的线条呢，利用在画出线条以后，我们利用这个自动连接的功能，把我们的线条做一个封闭的一个情况，那得到这就是我们要戒圈的整个形状。
So at this point I have the curve that defines the ring shank. So using these curves, I just need to extrude in order to define my solid. So under the modeling tab with the extrude tool, I just need to define the extrusion distance. In this case, I will use the option both sides, and probably in the right viewport, it's easier to define exactly the distance we want to use. I'm going to change the display mode to shaded, and let's say I want 3 millimeters thickness. So what I'm going to define is 1.5 for both sides. So 1.5 millimeters, and I just click. In this case, I use the grid as reference. Remember, each square it's a millimeter, so easily we can define the distance we want to apply. Okay.
大家可以看，我们现在用的是刚的线条，然后我们利用挤出的功能，把它从2个方向，就是两边挤出，那各挤出 1.5 mm 的范围。所以我们刚刚把它切换到右视图来看的时候呢，会看得比较清楚。OK.
Okay, so now the next step, I have the ring shank, but I want to define the areas I want to apply the gems. And to do it, once again, under the front view, it will be easier to define all the curves I need. I'm going to hide the solid we create in the previous step, and in here I just need to create another offset. In this case, I will start with the outside curve, and back to the drawing tab, I'm going to use the offset tool again. And in this case, I'm going to define another distance. So in the command line, I need to define the new distance. In this case, I will define 0.5 millimeters. So this is the offset distance now. I just pick the point inside, and this is the result. Of course, I need to repeat this step to the circle inside the circle that defines the ring size. So exactly the same, I select the circle, and with the offset tool to define my curve. Okay. So, yes.
Yes. OK， 我们刚刚看到，我们先把我们所做好的这个实体的这个造型部分先做一个隐藏。我们现在呢要定义我们想要排列石头的位置。那我们大家可以看到，我们再重新又回到这个所谓绘制的这个分页里面呢，利用偏移的功能，把我们从做了分2次，从外面的界圈跟里面的这个戒指的大小的线条来向内做一个偏移。那现在所定义出来的这个部分，就是我们等一下要做宝石的排列的部分。Okay.
Okay, thank you. So now the next step will be to cut the bottom part of this curve, because I just want to apply gems in the top part of the ring. So using a rectangle, I can define a cutting curve. The important thing is that I make sure I'm using the middle of the ring to start the rectangle, and then I can use again the trim tool to define the rectangle as cutting object. In this case, I will define all the objects, all the curves as cutting objects, and I press enter, and now I need to define the objects, in this case the curves, to trim. So I select all the curves I want to remove, and this is the result. Once again, I have the closed curve. I just need now to join all these curves in a single one. So with the auto connect tool, easily we can do it. Probably in here I will need to adjust also the curve. So maybe with a straight line, I can define the position where I'm going to start applying the gem. So I leave a small distance to the halo, and I just need to create a symmetry to the other side with this same curve. And once again, I select all the curves, and I repeat the trim tool to remove the parts I don't want to use. So I just click on the curves I want to remove, and this will be the area where I'm going to apply the gems.
OK，大家刚刚看到我们利用一个正方形以及两个线段呢，来做一个自动剪切的一个功能。那记得在剪切以后，我们得到所有我们要的线段，它是分离的，那要使用这个自动连接的方式，把它连成一个封闭的一个线段的，我们才能够继续做下一个动作。OK。
Okay, so the next step, I'm going to show the shank again, and the next step is to create a recessed area using this curve. So to make sure the curve is in the correct position, I'm going to move the curve exactly the same distance I create the extrusion, in this case 1.5 millimeters, so exactly in this position. And now I'm going to I'm going to define the recessed area to apply the gems. To do it, under the modeling tab with the pull push tool, I can define first I need to define the surface I want to create the recessed area. So I select the ring, and of course the curve I want to use. So as you can see now, easily we create the recessed area with a pull push. Of course we can adjust the distance easily using the, in this case, the distance, in this case the selector from the side panel. So I'm going to repeat this step again. Pull push tool, first the surface and then the curve.
OK， 我们现在使用的是这个拉推的功能，大家看到非常简单。我们先选择我们要的这个曲面的部分，然后呢再选线段，我们就能够直接使用拉推的功能，直接去定义我们要推进去或拉出来的距离。
Okay. So now exactly the same process. I create a symmetry, in this case, to create exactly the same curve in the other side. So I'm going to use again the pull push tool. The order is first the surface and then the curve, in this case this one. Okay, so once again I just am defining this recessed area. So I press OK in the end to apply the changes. I can hide these curves. I won't need them anymore. Of course I can delete as well, but let me create a new layer, and I just right click and I change object layer, and I can hide this layer. So these curves I won't need them anymore. And now I'm going to repeat this process, but with the other curves. So once again, with I select the curves and I change the layer, and now I'm going to repeat this step, but in the side part of the ring. So I want to apply gems in this area. I'm going to create the curves to define the recessed area. So the curves, to create the curves, I'm going to use, in this case, the offset curve on surface tool. And this tool allow me to select the curve on surface. In this case, I select the orientation I want, make sure the arrows are in the direction we want to create the curve. And finally, in the command line, we can easily define the distance. In this case, once again, 0.5 millimeters. And here we have the curve. And of course, the same process to the other side. Okay, so
OK，
go ahead.
我们大家看到，我们把这个两侧的这个 要排石头的位置做定义出来以后呢，我们现在要做的就是我们在戒指的侧边的这个部分。那我们使用的是这个偏移里面的曲面上曲线偏移的功能，我们可以直接把这个偏移做出来。那一样，我们分两边来定义的整个中间的范围。OK?
Okay, thanks, Raymond. Now I just need to create the other curves, and it's probably easier with the extract ISO curves. I just define the surface, and in this case it's not this direction, I just need to change the direction in the command line. And in this case I will define another curve in here, so more or less in the same position as the front view, one curve in here and the other in here. So these curves, it's the same process. I am defining the area which I want to apply some gems, so I can hide the ring just to be easier to cut all these curves again with the trim tool. So drawing tab, trim, I select cutting objects, in this case all the curves, and the objects to trim, I select the parts I want to remove. So exactly like this, and here we have the area I want to apply the gems. Okay, so now let me show the ring again, and I'm going to repeat the pull push tool, in this case to create the recessed area in the side. So pull push, first the surface and then the curve. So this is the result, the recessed area. We can define the distance and click OK to apply the changes. To do the same in the other side, I just need to create this, exactly this same curve in the other side, so easily with the symmetry, in this case horizontal symmetry, I define this curve in this side, and once again back to the modeling tab with the pull push tool, I select the surface and I select the curve, and of course the distance, and click OK to apply the changes.
OK， 大家看到我们刚刚把我们要的区域范围用线条定义出来以后呢，一样我们使用剪切的功能，把它剪切到我们要的样子以后，记得要用自动连接，把所有线段连接成一个封闭的曲线。那然后呢，我们利用中心点的这个镜像复制以后，到两边使用推拉的功能，把我们要的区块往内推出来的，就是推进去的部分。这个部分就是等一下我们要排列宝石的部分了。Okay, Pedro.
Okay, so the next step, I need to apply the gems on this ring. So I will start probably with the side gems, and then I'm going to the front view and I will define these gems. So I will start with the side gems, and probably the easiest way we have is the gems by curve tool. This tool allows us to apply gems along a curve, but of course in this case I need to define the central curve in here to apply the gems. So the easiest way it's once again to create the curve, extract ISO curves tool, and of course I need to select the surface. So in this case, let me remove the endpoint. In this case the surface is this one. I just changed the direction, so I want this direction, and I want to make sure I'm using the midpoint. So I'm going to activate the midpoint option in the OSNAP, and I just click on the mid, and here we have the curve. So of course now the gems by curve tool allow me to define the curve. So of course the next step will be just to define the gems position, the number of gems, and of course the gem size. So as you can see in the side panel, I can define in this case gems with 1.7 millimeters, and with this point allow me to define the start position for the gems. I want to leave some space to apply the prongs, so I will start in this position, and then in the second tab I will define I will justify the gems in order to divide the number of gems along the curve. So back to the list of gems, I will define the number of gems. In this case, I'm going to use 8 gems. So I will repeat this step and I will adjust the start position of the gems. And as you can see, the gems are defined. I just need to click OK. And as you can see, the gems were successfully created.
OK，大家可以看到我们在准备做这边的时候，有一个很重要的部分，我们需要有一个这个中心的线条的部分。所以我们刚刚使用的是复制边缘里面的一个功能，直接去复制我们的边框或者是抽离结构线，把这个中线的部分取出来。之后呢，我们使用的是宝石分页里面的这个单曲线排石的功能，然后大家可以看到，我们可以定义这个线段从哪里要开始，从哪里要结束，还有宝石的大小，它会做等比例的去做排列。那排列完成以后，大家可以看到就是现在所呈现的样子。OK.
Okay. So now I will need to create the prongs to apply on these gems. To do it, under the Jewelry tab with the Prongs Online tool, it will be the easiest way to define the prongs. So prongs in line, and I select the gems, and of course all the measures, so diameter, 8, everything can be defined in the side panel, the cap 8, and now we just need to drag this central point to define the prongs. Remember, if we press shift, we can apply the changes to all the prongs. So when we define the position for these 2 prongs, if I press shift, it will apply the changes to all the prongs in this case. So we will just need to define the end prongs and the start prongs. So once again, I define the end prong and the start prong.
OK， 大家可以看到我们现在用的就是prongs in line， 就是我们的这个用线条排列爪象的一个功能。大家看到我们点了一下以后呢，它就自动会去做排列，而且它我们把它往两侧移动的时候，它就会去对称的做出我们所要的爪子。那记得我们如果按下那个 Shift 的时候呢，当我们移动一组的爪子的时候，它会整个的变动，它会整个就是会影响到整条我们的排列。所以说我们只需要再去把头尾两端的这个爪子再去把它调整好，其他的它都已经自动去形成了。OK.
Okay, so the next step is to create the symmetry in order to apply the gems and the prongs to the other side. So I just select the gems and the prongs, and under the transform tab with the symmetry horizontal, as you can see, automatically we define the gems and the prongs to the other side. So yes, go ahead.
OK 大家可以看到我们用刚刚一样的这个中心线的部分呢，直接用左右近摄，我们另外一边就完整的去已经产生我们要的样子。OK.
Okay, so now I can also define the prongs for the main gem, and to do it, I can use, in this case, the Prong Studio tool under the Jewelry tab, and I just need to select, in this case, the main gem, not the shank, only the gem. And of course, now I will adjust all the parameters in the side panel, so the diameter, the cap 8, all the measures I want to use on these prongs. And in the top view will be easier to define the position. So remember, once again, if we press shift when we drag one prong, it will drag all the others around the gem. So in this case, I want to define the new position in here. So as you can see, now I have the prongs defined. If I need a little bit more thickness, I can define it easily in the side panel, in this case 0.7 millimeters. And as you can see, the prongs are ready. So
OK，
yes, go ahead.
大家可以看到我们现在用的是这个我们的起钉工具的部分，为这个主石做一个爪镶的动作。那大家可以看到我们在起钉工具这个工具选下去的时候呢，你在右边的这个控制面板可以看到很多参数。那记得如果我们要去做调整爪子的位置的时候，一样我们只要按住 Shift 动一个爪子，同时间就会把所有的这个影响到其他的3个，就是同时间就所有的都会同步来做这样的动作。Okay.
Okay, thanks, Raymond. So just remember, any moment we can define the material for the shank. In the RhinoGold materials tab in the side panel, we can choose metal, and here easily we can drag the material to the object, as you can see. And of course, now I will define the gems in this case in the front view to apply on the rings. So I'm going to the front view, maybe with the wireframe it will be easier, and this is the area I want to apply the gems. And in this case I'm going to the gems tab, and probably with the Gem Studio tool, we have several possibilities to create these gems. I believe the Gem Studio can be the easiest way. So I just define Gem Studio tool and the gem size. So in this case, I will define 1.4 millimeters diameter, and in here I'm going to choose the option insert by surface. So I just need to pick any point on any object to create my gem. So I'm going to start defining only in this half of the ring. So it's easier because then I just need to create the symmetry. So I just start defining the gem's position exactly in here. Okay.
OK， 大家可以看到我们现在要来做的是我们正视图的部分的宝石排列。那我们这个部分呢，我们现在给大家看到的是我们使用的是宝石工具的部分，然后我们可以直接在曲面上加宝石，插入宝石的功能。那我们去把它直接用手动的方式去排列，这只是其中一种方法。那同时间我们也有一些可以自动排列啦，各式各样的排列方式。Okay, Pedro.
Okay, thank you, Raymond. So now I'm going to define my gems. Let's apply another one in here, and I'm going to create another one, in this case a little bit bigger, to apply in this area. So let me change the diameter now. Let's try 1.8, and once again I choose the option pick point on object, and maybe we can change the diameter later if needed, probably yes. So let me try 2 millimeters, and I just pick the point where I want to create, in this case to insert the gem. Okay, now I will reduce the size a little bit more. Let's try 1.7 millimeters to create another gem in here, and once again I adjust the size, I choose the point where I want to create the gem, and finally, once again, let me change to 1.4, and I will define another gem in here. Then I will adjust the position, so doesn't matter if they are touching right now, I will adjust the position, and I just click OK to add the gems to the document. So now I just want to avoid the gems to touch each other. I just need to adjust a little bit the distance in here. So I drag the gem, I just click and drag to the new position. Here again, and the same in here. So just make sure I have some space to create the prongs, and as you can see, the position of these gems is defined. Now I will apply probably first the symmetry. So let me select all the gems. Maybe in the front view it's easier. Select all the gems. Remember, press Shift for multiple selection. And let's use once again the symmetry horizontal tool to create the gems, to apply the gems in the other side of the ring. Okay, yes.
大家可以看到，我们刚刚用手动排列把它排一半出来以后呢，我们先去排的时候，依照我们所需要的大小的范围，那不用担心我们在插入的时候，它可能有接触到，我们后续大家可以看到，我们在后续再去做调整就可以了。我们只要调整每个宝石之间有一个间隔，等一下可以做转向的部分。那一旦我们一边排好以后，我们一样利用就是左右复制近摄的功能，能够直接复制到另外一边。Okay, Pedro.
Okay, so now in this step, I'm going to define the prongs for these gems, and I'm going to use under the Jewelry tab, I'm going to use the Dynamic Prong tool. So the first step, I need to select the reference object, so the objects where I want to use as reference. In this case will be the ring shank. And after this, I just need to define the position for the prongs. Of course, I have all the parameters in here, the diameter, the 8, in this case cap 8, I'm going to define 0.1 millimeters, and I just click on add. Remember, we can use also the symmetry, so we have the mirror horizontal, and when I add prongs in one side, it will add the prongs in the other side. Maybe we have also the possibility to create the symmetry in the end, so maybe I just apply half of the ring because I want to create also in the center, and then we create the symmetry. So I just need to apply the prongs in this half of the ring, and I'm going to apply prongs between gems. So 2 prongs between gems, like this. Let's go back to the perspective, and let's see the results. Okay, so just apply the prongs between gems.
OK， 我们现在使用的是动态钉上的工具。那我们现在把一边的这个我们要的钉上的位置去把它去做定义以后呢，等一下我们一样利用近摄的方式，能够把它复制到另外一边。OK。
Okay, so in this process, I just click on the position I need to apply a prong. So I just pick the point. In this case, I'm going to use 2 prongs for each gem. So something like this seems perfect. Remember, if we want, we can change measures, we can edit prongs after applied, and as you can see easily, we can define the prongs position. Okay, so let me remove okay, I forgot this last prong here, and done. So in the end, I just click OK to add the prongs to the document, and I'm going to create the symmetry. But at this moment, the prongs are grouped, all the prongs are created, and I don't want to create a symmetry with these two prongs, just all the others. So first, I'm going to remove these prongs from this group. So drawing tab, grouping submenu, we can find the remove from group tool. So this tool allows me to select the objects I want to remove from group. So these two prongs are removed from the group. I just select the other prongs, and I will create the symmetry. So transform tab, I'm going to define once again horizontal symmetry to define the prongs in the other side. And now I will select all the prongs, group them again, and I'm going to create the symmetry, in this case using the prongs and the gems. I forgot to group all the gems, so maybe it's easier for the selection only because of that. So maybe if I hide the gems and the prongs from the side, in the front view, I can easily select all the gems and prongs. So remember Control to remove from the selection and Shift to add to the selection. So I select gems and prongs. Maybe first I will group only the gems. So group tool again. And now with the gems and prongs selected, I will define the symmetry. In this case, I will choose vertical symmetry, and here we go. Gems in both sides.
OK，大家可以看到我们在做映射的时候呢，我们大家一开始要先把我们的爪箱做一个群组的动作。那由于中心的那两个爪子我们并没有要让它映射，所以我们再把它移除到我们的群组以外以后呢，我们做一个映射的动作，就能够把我们整个要的部分做出来。那除此之外，我们再用两侧的映射，我们整个我们所要的戒指的这个所谓的前视图的所有的两边都能够做，就已经完成了。Okay.
Okay. So now everything is defined, the gem's position, the shank. Of course, we need to create the holes under the gems to define the stone seed. So easily we can do it with the Cutter Studio tool. To do it, I'm going to use under the Jewelry tab, I'm going to use in this case, the Cutter tool. So the cutter, to define the cutters, I need to select the gems where I want to apply the cutter. So I select first this group of gems, and in here, these are the gems where I want to apply the prongs. So the prongs, in this case, the cutters, and maybe change to wireframe. I know it's a little bit confusing, lots of curves, but just to make sure I don't create my cutter too big. So maybe the bottom part of the cutter, I will define in here instead of 120%, I'm going to define just, let's try 30%. I press enter. And as you can see now, the cutter is only until here. So what can I do is now I'm sure, let me go back to shaded. I'm sure the cutters are with the with the measures I want to use, I just click OK to apply these cutters in the document, and I will repeat this process with the other gems. So once again, I select the gems in this side, and I'm going to use the cutter tool again to define the cutters. So let me change again to wireframe, and to make sure the cutters are not too big, once again I will use 30% in the bottom of the cutter, and let's see the results. As you can see now, the cutter is in here. So back to the shaded display mode, everything looks good, cutters in both sides. I just click OK to apply the changes.
OK，我们现在在做的这个动作呢，就像我们在手工在做珠宝一样，我们需要做一个打孔器。我们在做这个开孔的动作，把所有宝石的位置下面的金属要做一个就是一个开孔的动作。那大家可以看到，我们用开孔器呢，就像我们在做手工雕刻的这个所谓的砖头一样，我们能够去做这个部分。但是要很注意一件事情，就是因为我们现在在戒圈的3面都有宝石的部分，所以呢，我们这开孔器下面不能太大或太长，以避免去破坏到另外一侧的石头的位置或者是相关的一些结构的部分。所以大家可以刚刚看到，我们在开孔器在做了以后呢，会再转换到所谓的框线模式，去检查它的大小适不适合，然后再变回来现在的这个所谓的这个实体的模式。Okay, Pedro.
Thank you, Raymond. So now the next step it's to remove the cutters from the ring. So we can do it easily with the Boolean operation. So let's go to the modeling tab, and with the Boolean tool, I'm going to define in the side panel, I want a Boolean difference. So I want to remove the cutters from the ring. The first selection box, I select the object to keep, in this case the ring shank, and the second selection box, I will select the objects to remove, in this case these cutters. So I select the cutters, and I click on preview to calculate the Boolean. So as you can see, the Boolean was successfully created. Let me just hide the gems in order to check the results. As you can see, now we have the stone seat defined. And now I will repeat this process to the other gems. Once again, Boolean, I define Boolean difference. Object, it's the ring shank, and I want to remove, in this case, objects to remove the cutters. So after this, we just click on preview to calculate the results.
OK， 当我们有开孔器的这些工具放上去以后呢，我们要使用这个布林运算插集的动作，把我们的这个开孔器去做一个剪掉的动作，然后让它出现我们要的位置。所以大家可以看到，我们刚刚剪掉以后，如果把宝石隐藏，你可以看到它就已经是完整的开孔完成。所以我们接下来要重复这些动作，把所有的宝石去做开孔的动作。OK?
Okay, thank you, Raymond. I would say that the ring it's almost finished. Also, our time it's running very fast, but almost all the details are defined. All the gems, all the prongs, the shape of the ring. Maybe we could fill it in here a little bit, the inside part with let's try with the variable fillet tool. We can define the fillet angle in the command line. Let's try, for instance, 0.2 millimeters, just to create in here a fillet angle, and just to create to break the sharp edges from the shank. I can repeat this process to the outside curves. and this is the idea. Just
OK，大家看到我们先大概就把这个形状、这个造型已经完成了。那不过呢，要把它做得更好、更符合实际的珠宝的需要的时候呢，大家看到我们刚最后用了一个功能，它在我们的建模，然后圆角下面一个叫做不等距圆角的部分，然后我们可以去把我们的界圈、内圈跟外圈做一个倒角的动作。大家看到我们倒起来以后就比较圆滑，那比较适合佩戴。OK， Pedro。
Okay, thank you. So probably now there is any other detail we can define on the ring. The model is ready. We can from here create the photorealistic image. We can of course export the model to STL file format in order to be printed. Maybe I can create a photorealistic image just to show all the process in this ring to generate a photorealistic image. And to do it, I'm going to use in this case under the render tab, I'm going to use the Render Studio tool. So I can define the gems. First, I need to define the materials. I'm going to start with the gems. So in the side panel, when we click on Render Studio, we have all the folders with the materials from Render Studio. I can open the gems folder and define, let's say, for instance, the main gem I want to use a ruby. The gems in the halo, I can define. Let me select all the gems easily like this. Just drag a window, maybe. Of course, I don't want to select the prongs, so let me remove the prongs from the selection. I'm just clicking on Control to remove the prongs from the selection. And now I will apply also the material for these gems. And now all the gems are selected. I can group them just to be easier for the selection. And I can define, let's try, well, any material, maybe this one, just to be a little bit different. And of course, the same in the side gems. So in these small gems, I can use, let's use again this one, the Andradit gem material, and of course all the other part, in this case the metal, I can select easily with the RhinoGold material selector tab. I just double click on the material, in this case the RhinoGold material, and of course back to the Render Studio tab. I need to change to let's go to the metal polish folder, and in here I will use let's try white gold. And now all the materials from from the render were successful applied. I just need now to calculate the render. So in the second tab I can find the render tab, and in here I need to set the resolution for the model, and of course the position I want to create the render. So let's try this position, And of course, in this case, I choose any resolution. We have the possibility to define the number of passes, which if I don't activate, it will start rendering, and then we need to stop the render manually. So if I don't check or the passes or the time, I will need to stop render. If not, I can define, for instance, 500 passes, activating here, and it will stop automatically when it calculates 500 passes. So let's try. Just click on render, and here we go. Start calculating the render.
OK，大家看到我们现在在做就是渲染的动作。我们在软体里面一个渲染工作室的部分呢，我们就直接去把我们要的材质直接能够应用在我们的各个部位上。那当我们把所有的材质成功的把它放到我们要用的地方了以后呢，我们就可以让它开始当然我们要选择我们要的解析度的大小，然后呢我们就可以让它开始去做一个运算的动作。大家可以看到现在的萤幕正中间的那个部分现在就已经开始在做运算。那Pedro 的建议呢，它是大概运算500次的一个即时运算的结果，应该就是效果就是非常好的。OK, Pedro.
Thank you very much, Raymond. As we can see here in the bottom, it's calculating the number of passes. It stops automatically when it gets 500 passes, which I define for this model. I believe it's enough. Of course, we can leave calculating the render a little bit more passes if we want even more accurate results. But this is the workflow. This is the result, as you can see. And of course, after this, I can work a little bit on the brightness, on the contrast, but this is just to add logo if we want to add our own logo. And of course, we save the image. In this case, I just need to choose the file format, JPEG file format, and of course, the name of the image, and save the result.
Very good, Pedro. Very good.
Thank you, Xavi. Thank you.
Excellent masterclass. Thank you, Raymond, for translating in real time.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
We really appreciate it. We hope that everybody could learn a little bit today about RhinoGold. Of course, we are recording this webinar, so in the next hours, within the next hours, we will publish this webinar online, so everybody can rewatch it as many times as needed. And from our side, this is pretty much what we wanted to show you, how to design a Halo ring.
Yes.
Now I see that Pedro is going to the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes. Let me change to this PowerPoint, and you can move on.
Of course,
here.
as you can see here we have all the RhinoGold 5.5 pricing. If you are a new user, the price of RhinoGold is $2,990 US. And if you are a Rhino 5 user, you can get RhinoGold 5.5 for only $1,995 US. How to purchase this? Very easily. You can contact Raymond or his team to RhinoGold at 950.com.tw, and both Mr. Raymond Stacy, Monica, and the rest of the team will be more than happy to help you in the purchase, as well as offering training options, training possibilities, and I believe that now Raymond will explain this much better than myself.
Yes. 等一下呢，我们接下来我会把今天的这个webinar 的内容去做一个录影，然后放到网络上的部分，所以大家可以再继续，如果有不清楚的地方，你想要再重新看呢，都可以再一次的观赏。然后我们在这个软体的部分呢，大家看到，如果您是一个全新的使用者的话，全套部分是美金2990元加各地不同的税金。那如果您已经是 Rhino 的使用者的话，单买 RhinoGold 的这个 plugin 的部分是1995 美金加上当地的税金。那如果有任何的问题，包含软体的购买啦，或者是上课的部分、课程的内容以及软体功能的一些想要更了解进一步的地方，你都可以 email 到我们画面中间这个 RhinoGold@950.com/TW 部分。那我们提醒大家，因为我们接下来这个 webinar 都是一个系列性的一个活动，所以我们除了这一场以外呢，我们将在7月29号会有另外一场的 webinar， 会有不同的内容。Okay, Xavier, I just mentioned about the next webinar and encourage everybody to join again.
Of course, we will be more than happy to keep teaching RhinoGold.
Yeah.
Today has been more than 1 hour modeling in RhinoGold, and I hope it was useful and helpful for the audience.
希望今天我们今天的webinar 已经超过1个小时的时间了，不好意思。那希望所有参与的人呢都有学到一些东西啦，然后甚至于对RhinoGold有更进一步的认识。
Okay, then from our side, we just want to thank you for staying here 1 hour with us. I hope it has not been very tiring, and we really hope to see you very, very, very soon.
OK， 谢谢大家今天跟我们在一起的1个小时，那我们很希望能够很快再跟大家见面，谢谢。
Thank you very much, Pedro, for your dedication. Thank you.
Thank you, Xavi. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Stacy and Monica. It's my pleasure, and of course, thanks to all the attendees to stay in here 1 hour. And I hope we help you in the modeling process and explaining exactly all the steps how to use RhinoGold. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.